I feel that no matter what, that as I grow myself differently, I'm looking to help myself to persuade myself to find something that's worth it. And what's worth it for me is being able to live in accordance to my thinking and dreams. And I have to show myself that I have to live in the words. What's to come of my life over here is I'm understanding now that people are putting pressure on me to work the 9 to 5. So all I do now is I catch myself doing greater in terms of my life over here, and I have to find a job that's actually suitable for myself, and I have to do that for myself at least, because that's how I see life. I see life differently, and life is different when you're doing something to help yourself to succeed, yeah? And you have to understand straight away how I feel. I feel much different in life. I feel that no matter what, that you can see how to be similar to people, and you have to understand that if you're watching other people and what they're doing in life, then make sure you're understanding straight away how you need to grow yourself differently to be able to love your life differently, yeah? I promise you, if you love your life differently and learn how to study and appreciate yourself, I promise you now, I'm always looking for better ways of dealing with my life. I'm always looking to improve my life to succeed, and I'm looking to help my life to follow the rules of life. I'm making sure I'm learning something for nothing. I'm learning to become the best version of myself, and that's it, guys. I mean, what else do you want? What else do you want other than to make sure that you're nice and beautiful for yourself? But that's what I'm understanding straight away. I'm understanding that no matter what, that my life is getting ahead of the game. I have to get ahead of the game to learn my life. So as I eat, I shall prosper. Regardless of the situation, I'm prospering. And I have to learn how to grow myself. So I want to see what people are up to over here in terms of online. I want to see something about people over here. I'm learning that my life is heading toward a greater direction in terms of words, but I see straight away how I feel. I feel different. So I have to be someone who's different and how to just grow myself regardless of the situation. See, guys, other people have one number more than me. Actually, now, that's all. Actually, it's all just one number more than me. Actually, although they have no word I, mate. Actually, now, you must understand that if I grow myself differently, that I'm looking for ways to improve myself in my life, looking for ways to be much greater, and you guys have to understand straight away, if I'm doing something greater for myself over here, I'm saying that I'll live in the words of life, and since I live in the words, I'm doing greater for myself. I never need cigarettes, I just need to live my life much greater. So what I do to make sure that I'm doing greater is I wash my cutlery, I wash my bowl, I plan ahead of life, I plan ahead of what's happening. But for myself now, I realize something. I have to go and deliver content. I have to deliver something for free to people. Now I see other people have much more numbers in terms of one number than more than me. And I ask Jesus Christ what to do about that. When Jesus Christ says, just go and deliver something for free, just let it be. I mean, never worry about popularity in this life. I'm never worrying about popularity. I'm just here to just do my content and live my life, yeah? I'm looking to live my life to the best of my ability. I'm looking to help myself to succeed, and that's it. I'm looking to make sure I have a nice and beautiful time with myself on this. Because I'm trying my best. People just never get the message from me. Don't why is that? Just the way it is. I'm staying consistent on my Instagram and what I do, but I'm never trying to give up either. But I'm actually understanding straight away. But I want to call Tony Robbins to see exactly what I need to do. So I have to get myself some credit. I just call Tony Robbins Institute. I'd like to see if he's willing to take me on as a life coach, so I can do greater. And guess what? I mean, that's the way it is. I have to invest some money into myself already. I have to invest some money into myself to do greater. And a little bit away. I make sure I'm always loving my life. I'm loving my life differently. I'm looking to help myself to explain a greater way of life, yeah? Which that's all I'm doing. I'm just doing something to help myself to succeed. So do I. See, so for myself now, it's either go Liverpool or Busby. I'd rather just go to help myself to deliver information. I'd rather just help myself ask him. So if I ask my dad, in terms of my biological dad, for what I need from him, I can go now and wake him up. I can wake him up. The thing is, he gets angry right away. And I ask Jesus Christ what he does. I mean, Jesus Christ says, go on your own and let it be. So for myself over here, at least, I'm learning how to help myself daily get my daily bread and my daily food from stores, and it's much more how I feel. I have to walk it all the way there. So if I understand that is something that I understand something. I understand it's much more how I feel. I say it's much more how I feel to let him sleep, and once he wakes up, I make sure I can ask him. Anyway, what I'm doing over here is learning how to see my life ahead of me. So I'm actually understanding something. I'm understanding that no matter what, that my life is getting into more popularity by the day, the more words I speak. And there's so much content to consume online that there's no time to consume it. I've already now, I have time for only producing, but I have to consume content too. I have to make sure I'm doing something for nothing. So what I want to do is help myself to deliver information, and I want to help myself to do a life coaching video. But first of all, I want to upload my life coaching video into Mega Drive. I upload as much as I can into Mega Drive. See, it actually does work out for me. And what I do is just that. A little bit that way. I upload my content into Mega Drive, and now it's time for music production. And I understand straight away music production right now is the specialty. See, so I'm making sure that I'm learning how to actually deliver content. I feel that no matter what, that my life is improving, and I have to produce music. I have to do something at least. I never need to smoke cigarettes, but I'm looking to help myself to live life. I feel that no matter what, that I'm learning how my attitude is around the table and around life itself. And I'm learning how to persuade myself to never smoke cigarettes. And I'm learning how to enjoy my life. I'm enjoying my life differently. I'm enjoying my life in ways that I have to go do the bed. I have to go do up my bed. And as I do up my bed, I'm learning something. I'm learning how to be free. I'm learning how to enjoy myself, regardless of the situation. I'm looking to help myself to elaborate, but I have to get my razor today. I have to shower today too. So myself over here in my life, I mean, you guys must understand that if I'm sleeping in a better way. I'm sleeping in a better way, doing life in a better way. I'm actually understanding that my life is improving. It's words. I'm improving my words in my life. I'm doing greater, guys. I'm making sure you guys understand something about my life. I mean, guess what? That's how it is. When life is do something, or otherwise they give you something to do. You understand? So be someone who is doing something. I'm just doing my words. I'm doing my words today. I'm doing my words. I'm making sure you guys understand what I mean. I have to be alone. And the Ten Commandments of God says, be alone and walk your life alone. I mean, never be with other people because it gets violent with other people. I promise you, it does. I mean, how is that possible? I mean, guess what? I promise you, as soon as you're doing better than other people, well, they start to get violent with you. I promise you, and it's the case. And you must understand that. You must understand that no matter what, as I grow myself differently, I'm looking for inspiration. I'm looking to help myself to succeed differently. I'm looking to understand that if I go now, then I understand straight away I can wake him up, but I'll never be that way. I have to go get some soy milks and bolognese sauce, and that's it. I realize if I wake him up, I realize he's going to say yes, but I understand that I have to give him peace and quiet. I see it's much more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, that I need to go somewhere, but guess what? Probably it's more how I feel. That long road, man. I mean, that's a long road to be walking. I make sure anyway that what I do is I just go and get myself something to eat and drink. First of all, I need to produce music. I have to make some music around here. Make some music. I realize life, I love life. Life is worth living if you understand life itself, and if you understand how to talk words, and if you understand how to be positive with your words, then you understand straight away how you feel throughout life. So what I'm doing is I'm looking to help myself to succeed. So look. See, now what I'm actually doing now is I'm learning to help myself to succeed differently, but it's much more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, that my pressure and what I'm doing in life is different. I'm actually learning to be different on how I'm learning something. I'm learning something that I'm never giving up. I'm learning how to go and do my life much greater. So guess what? It's more how I feel. I feel that this part over here needs to do better. I have to do better with my music production skills, and I feel like starting something new as well. Totally. And why is that? I feel like it's just the way it is, but let it be that way. It's more how I feel that there's so much to do in life. I feel overwhelmed. I feel that there's a lot to do, but I feel that no matter what, I have to just go and understand something, that I just let it be that way. And what works with me is understanding something, that I'm learning how to go and grow myself differently. I'm actually understanding now what I want to do is penetrate myself to love my life and to increase spontaneity in my life, which is right now, and I'm enjoying my life differently. I'm enjoying my life because that way I'm learning. So as soon as I see anything that helps me move, I move in a quiet direction. Forward, move forward together in the best kind of direction, but that's the thing. I realize every single day I'm learning how to penetrate my words with encouragement to go and do life. So with my Hans Zimmer track over here, I realize I want to be able to change it. I want to change it. I want to let it be that way. I want to just go and see something now that if I make it like this, I should no. Let me just go and really start all over again. But that's the thing. I want to build it up. I want to build it up toward like that. But it's much more how I feel that each of these nice and beautiful instruments needs to be going inside a mixer channel somewhere. I realize now, it's much more how I feel that there's a lot to do anyway. Because there's a lot to do, I understand to just keep going. And I keep going in a way of direction over here to show myself that, hey, time is up. No, time is never up for me. I mean, time is actually working out for me. So, I mean, every single day I'm learning how to hypnotize myself into a greater way of life over here. I'm actually understanding something. I'm understanding that no matter what, I can change it up. And that never has to be the way that it goes. And something that tells me really, let's say, which is my voice over here, which says, hey, I mean, how do you feel? I feel good. I feel, let's say, much more pleasant in the way of life, but I feel there's a lot to do. And I feel that since there's a lot to do, I feel that life is happening for me for a reason. I'm actually, so now what I want to do is help myself to deliver information. So let me just remove everything and let's just start again. I see now what I want to do is a little bit that way. I want to understand something. But since I'm understanding that, I'm understanding that no matter what, that I'm learning how to never frustrate myself. I'm learning to evacuate systems and to make long tracks available. And I want to go piano roll. I want to go into the piano roll. I want to make my other rhythms. And other rhythms over here, where I can go and see something over here to do my nice and beautiful rhythms. And silence as well is something that helps. But it's more how it is. I feel clergy. I feel. I mean, what's the meaning of clergy? I see clergy synonyms. See clergy synonym. See clergy. I see clergy is clergyman, which is ministry, which is priesthood. I feel like a priest. And I feel good. See, clergy is good. See now, what I'm doing now is an elevation of attempts to make sure that I'm learning how to require myself to upload the best kind of deals in the planet, to make sure that no matter what I'm learning how to talk more words. So if I'm talking more words, I'm doing much more of my life. I'm doing much more in my life differently than other people. So for myself now, I'm learning something now. I'm learning to just see what I need to do. I'm learning how to help myself to deliver information services. See, now that's the thing about me. I'm making sure that I'm learning how to create all my 8 notes and everything, but it's more how I feel. I feel that no matter what, that as I grow myself differently, now I need some silence in my life. I feel that no matter what, that I'm learning something about life. I'm learning how, in the midst of everything that's going on, I feel that no matter what, that I'm learning how my arrogance has come up. And I have no arrogance. I mean, I'm just learning how to live my life alone. And that's the deal. Actually, the Ten Commandments of God says, if you want to follow the Ten Commandments of God, seek help from yourself only. I mean, understand and practice that. Actually, if you have to talk to other people, then how are you following the Ten Commandments of God? For sure that Jesus Christ talks to other people and talks to his 10 disciples and stuff like that. But I'm understanding something, that the Ten Commandments of God is something that you must follow. But if you walk alone, totally, then you're following the Ten Commandments of God. I promise you. If you never seek help from other people, then you're following the Ten Commandments of God. I mean, you understand? I feel like now I'm enjoying myself. I feel that no matter what, it's much more how I'm never lacking. I'm never lacking anything. But I have to live in my words, and now I'm looking for ways to improve. I'm looking to put my heart into it, and I learn how to grow myself regardless of the situation. I have to grow myself, yeah. I have to grow myself differently. I have to make sure that I'm putting my heart into it. So what I want to do here is I want to create 8 notes over here. I want to satisfy my need for more over here. And I just let it be that way. I seek to improve myself differently. I see that no matter what, that it's much more how I feel. That I create nice and beautiful melodies over here. So it's much more how I feel. That if I'm creating music for myself, I'm creating music for everybody to listen to this, and I feel like something's dying. I feel like my life is dying for some reason. I feel, let's say, uncorrespondent. I feel correspondent, but I'm learning. I'm learning that no matter what, I'm never getting negative. I'm enjoying my life. I feel that I need to go and do better. I feel like sitting down, relaxing. I feel like sitting down and relaxing. I feel like making sure that my life is recording. I feel there's too much work to do. And it's much more how I feel. I feel I'm never bored. I'm never bored. I have no boredom. But I feel like I have to walk my shoes. I have to just live. I have to live. I have to live my life. So I feel like now is the time to understand that I feel better now than ever before. But at the same time, I feel like I need to produce music, and I feel I understand something. feel I need to go and do greater. I need to go do greater for myself. I'm never feeling sick. I never feel sick. But I feel my words need to express themselves. I feel I need to express my words more. I understand that no matter what, my music is still happening. I'm still doing music. But it's more putting the effort in. I realize it's more about putting the effort in for me now. Especially. So if I'm putting the effort in, I'm enjoying myself, yeah? I feel everything's too hard to do. I feel life is too hard for me now. I feel life is too difficult for me to even move. I feel that way. I feel life is getting difficult for me to live life. Actually, that's just the truth, isn't it? I feel music is getting difficult for me. I feel this life is getting too difficult. So let it be that way. I feel the recovery of my life over here. I see Jesus Christ saying, just live life. See, I have to leave room for nothing. I have to leave room for nothing and to do nothing for a bit. And that is something I have to do every single day. I read a book by somebody that said, leave room for nothing in life. So you have nothing to do sometimes. So you can actually understand that it's something to do as well. Where you're actually leaving nothing to do. And you just do your life. And you do your life. And you do your life much greater. I feel like falling asleep. I feel like just relaxing. That's how I feel. I feel like being in silence and just relaxing, being at peace is what I feel like doing. I say leaving room for nothing is sleep time, guys. So if you're sleepy, make sure you understand that's the room for nothing feeling. We just fall asleep. See, so guys, anyway, I'm learning how I'm doing my life strategies here. I'm doing something nice and beautiful for myself anyway. So what I want to do is I want to go quickly to the shop to get myself something to eat and drink. And I feel like no matter what, you guys have to understand that you need to leave room for nothing sometimes. And you have to really understand that. And you just have to go and really just enjoy life differently and make sure that you're learning and growing. See, so now my life is going ahead of the time. I go and grab myself something to eat and drink. I let my stuff in my technology bag be here. I'll just bring my actual phone. I'll bring my phone. Bring my stuff over here with me. So what I want to do is produce some music today and start a new track piece. I want to learn something new that I've never done before. And for now, I'm looking at my nice and beautiful life. I'm realizing my life is going to get ahead of the game. I'm learning that my life is becoming more. And I just leave my stuff over here. In terms of my stuff with my shoulder bag and stuff like that. It can be in my nice and beautiful word I. So I'm understanding that no matter what, that since I'm actually understanding something, I'm understanding that I want to go into the shopping center over there, and I want to get something to eat and drink, and I'm just going to get something to eat and drink really quickly. I have $50 in my actual wallet. I have $50 in my wallet, so I'm just going to use my wallet exchange for that. And that's it. I make sure I'm learning the game of art. Make sure I'm learning something at least. So since I'm learning something, I'm doing something to help my life to grow according to plan. I'm learning how to grow myself in the best kind of way. I'm learning how I have free Wi-Fi here. I have free Wi-Fi. So I want to help myself to deliver content. So I can go and be peaceful with myself over here. And I'll just go to the shopping center quickly to get something to eat and drink very quickly. So since I'm doing that, I congratulate myself because I need to teach myself, and guess what? I'm understanding something now. I'm understanding that all day long I'm speaking to you in audio programs. So I'm a winner because of that. I'm a winner because I'm speaking to you in audio programs all day long, and also because I can produce my music, and I can really dwell upon my better side of music with better trends and stuff like that, where I'm actually doing my nice beautiful job much better than ever before. And I'm looking to see something over here where I'm understanding learning, yeah. I'm learning to become the best I can be for myself and you, to dwell upon my life better, and that means I'm looking for better ways of dealing with my life. And I fell asleep because something was saying, hey, I mean, go and do nothing and go and do something like that for myself. But it's more how I feel. That with my dad's car keys, that I leave it back in its spot, and before I go into a room, that my dad's car keys are inside of the keychain over there, that it's all nice and sweet, so that I can find my dad's key cards much easier, so I never lose his car keys, which is very important for me now. I'm not saying that. I realize, although, guess what, if you can do something to help your life to succeed today, that's what's important, is being able to help yourself to deliver information services, to make sure that you're nice and beautiful for yourself, where you can go and deliver content right now to help yourself to be greater and greater. And it's more how you have to feel your way through life. I realize every single day when I'm growing my life over here, I'm looking to see exactly how much more work I can do in audio programs than other people. So I'm looking to exactly do that for myself, to help myself to teach myself something. So my reading skills is something that I have to do much better. I have to be able to read much more. And what else do I have to do? I also have to make sure I'm reading more. I have to be able to go and talk more. I have to be able to do much more content, much more as well. So I'm teaching myself what to do and how to do it. I'm teaching myself how to have a better business, because I need to have a better business for myself. And you guys also need to have to
because you guys need to have to be a better person, and you need to be able to love your life differently, yeah? But Branchy, it's much more how I feel. I feel that as I grow myself differently, I'm learning the key art of persuading somebody to do my work, but nobody can do my work for me. I can say nobody can do my work. I have to be the one doing my own work. So every single time, just learn how to actually learn to love yourself, to do your own work for yourself, so other people can never do your own work for you. So make sure you understand that if I want somebody to do my work for me, then I have to delegate something of my work to other people. So make sure you're doing everything yourself, is what I'm saying. I mean, make sure you understand that you have to be taking responsibility for yourself. You have to be able to encourage yourself to be somebody. And if you're encouraging yourself to be somebody, then you're going to find the better way through life to understand how to do that for yourself. And understand straight away how that is and how it feels. I mean, do you understand? I mean, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying you guys have to be in development all day long to love your life. So I have to get myself bolognese sauce because I'm making spaghetti tonight, and also I have to get myself a coronavirus mask. I see everybody's in lockdown today anyway, so if you want to be somebody in life, you have to do what everybody does, and you have to be quick about life, guys. I'm talking about life itself. I'm talking how you must be somebody in life. So to be somebody, you have to do much more work than they do, and that way you're doing something to help your life succeed, yeah? Which that's what I'm doing. I'm doing my life in a better way. I'm making sure that people understand who I am. I see that's why I'm growing this way, and that's why I'm growing myself completely now, and that's why I'm understanding straight away how I feel. I feel never in disappointment for who I am, but my music skills needs to be going. And now, have I been learning something around music skills? I have been learning something, and you guys have to learn how to do your life much greater too. So what I want to do is learn something for nothing. I want to be able to show you guys that I exist, and I'm doing far greater than most people, and that's why I'm learning how to be something greater, yeah? I'm learning how to do life in a greater way. I'm learning to enjoy myself. I'm learning to see exactly how you guys have to see exactly how you must love your life differently, and you must enjoy your different, you must enjoy your different ways of life with yourself to be promoting yourself all day long, yeah? Promote yourself all day long, is what I'm saying. Because that way you're going to love your life, and you're going to be able to recognize what you need. So for myself now, I need to get myself bolognese sauce, and I have to get myself soy milk. So life is happening for me now. and that is why I'm learning, yeah? I'm learning something regardless. So of course I have to get my DJing deck very soon, and once I get my DJing deck, I have to also be able to recognize, to get myself the aspects of life I need to do greater. So you have to understand, when I'm speaking about life over here, I'm speaking about a better way of indulgence with myself. So you guys need to also deliver content that's much better for you personally. So make sure you're understanding how to live your life, guys. I mean, every single day I'm learning, yeah? I'm learning the differences in speaking to people, and I'm learning how to speak to you guys properly while doing my beautiful way of life. I promise you now, that is what I'm doing all the time. I'm looking to teach you something about life regardless of the situation. So I'm recording my whole life ahead of the game, and there's so much to do, guys. There's so much to be in life. I realize every single time I do something, I'm learning how to enjoy. I see now spaghetti or one of these. I promise you now, it's not sure how I feel. I have spaghetti over here. I see penne pasta. I do penne pasta. I have pasta, but I eat this kind of pasta for tonight. I have to get myself razors. I get myself some razors. I feel it's much more how I feel. I need to go and grow myself differently. So I have to grow myself differently. I'm looking for nice and beautiful razors over here. I have razors, I have one sensory blade. I have which ones? I have two sensory blades over here. The two sensory blade is more enough, and I'll let it be that way. So every single time I'm learning how to dwell upon helping myself to love my life, guys. I see, yes, sir. Yeah. I thank you, yes. Thank you. See, anyway. See, so if I'm growing myself in different ways. I'm going to show you guys different ways of being, and you guys have to understand that no matter what I do today, I'm looking for your life over here to give you guys the nice and beautiful aspects of being able to speak in front of a camera. So that's why I'm learning. I'm learning how to talk all day long to something, and that's how I really understand myself over here anyway, guys. So be able to talk to yourself all day long about what you want. I mean, you understand? So I have cash already. I give cash because I have myself over here $50 in cash I can give, and you guys have to understand straight away how I feel.
Do you wish to print a receipt?
I say no, thank you. I never print receipts, guys. I never print a receipt because I already have a receipt inside my Commonwealth bank card.
Please take your change.
Now,
Notes are dispensed below the scanner.
And just make sure you guys are doing something nice and beautiful for yourself, and learn to help your life to succeed, guys, differently. So help yourself to elaborate on what you need, and learn to appreciate yourself, yeah? And learn to appreciate yourself and what your life is all about. Once if you can do that, once then you can do anything. First, you must understand it's so important for your life today to be able to grow yourself in the best kind of manner. So what's the best kind of manner for you today? Well, it's more how you have to grow yourself differently, and you have to see it for yourself to be able to grow yourself differently all the time in different ways. You have to grow yourself, and you have to make sure that you're coming back to the word I always, because the first vowel of life is the letter I.
Thank you for shopping with us.
Well, thank you very much. I see you guys can understand how I feel. I see how I feel is how I understand, guys, that everything, because of everything that I'm doing right here, has to be for the love of God. And I love God very much to be able to just enjoy myself, yeah? I see it's much more how I feel. I feel that you guys have to understand that life puts a pressure on you, and life is saying to me right now, Danny, that you must get ahead of the crowd, and you must go and do much more music now, since I have free time to do music. And I have to produce music alone, I have to do everything alone. And you have to work with a team, and you have to have a team beside you. So I'm understanding that no matter what, that as I grow myself differently, I'm looking to add to the toll of producing content for you, so I can teach myself something about life. I mean, what's the best way I can deliver you this content? Gosh, I need fast free Wi-Fi. I need fast free Wi-Fi, but I also need to be with my dad. I understand that. I understand that with my dad over here, I live for free. So it's much more better than living at Q Space Hotel. And I can tell you right now, it is. I'd rather live with my dad than live at Q Space Hotel, because I have free accommodation, I have a bigger bed, I have a bigger workspace. I see it's free living as well, and I'm doing better overall. I'm doing better for myself like this. I'm doing better with my dad. That's life. So I understand I'm alone, but I was alone for 7 weeks over there at the hospital and at the nursery home over there. I was 7 weeks alone, and I understand that is terrible for me to be at the hospital. But I'm never at the hospital now anymore, and I never need the hospital anymore. But what I need to do now is be able to find a difference in thinking about my life. So as I go throughout life, I have to be planning. I have to be seeing what I'm doing around life and how I'm doing it. I have to be able to love my life differently, and my life is going much greater when I exhaust myself with positive thinking that's talking thinking, in terms of whenever I'm talking, I have to exhaust myself in a way of talking positively, because that's how I see life. I see life differently than everybody else, and that's it. Because I understand life much greater now than ever before, I can see my life is heading in a direction of other aspects of life. I see how my plan is much better, but if I want to plan like that now, I can see what's coming up. I can see how I need to make more music now, and I need to make more of life pronto, right now. I need to make more production quality videos, and I need to make videos for myself. I need to make sure I'm nice and beautiful, and if I want to look, I can look whatever I want. There's whatever I want, I can look whenever I want, and whatever I want to do is something greater for myself. And I'm looking to help myself grow. I'm looking to exactly help myself to elaborate on my thinking skills, because if you understand my life and how my life is, I'm learning to study. I'm learning to become the best. I'm learning to become the best version of my thinking skills every single time. I'm learning to help myself to become somebody right now, for myself to grow and learn. I have to grow and learn differently, and I have to go and deliver content much better always. So make sure you're studying and that you're always giving the service first before you're doing anything else. So if you understand how to give a service, then that's even better for you to understand that you guys must go and deliver content that's worth fighting for. I promise you that's all. I promise you must understand that. I promise you guys must understand that life is moving forward. I mean, you must understand, if you're moving forward and you're talking and what you're doing in life in terms of talking words all day long, then you have to understand I'm in a better position now than I was a week ago. And I'm talking to myself over here because it's the case for me in terms of life. And you must understand how I talk words is how I go and do life much greater as well. So for myself at least, I'm learning how there's a war zone going on in places or parts of the world. I'm talking about learning much more. I'm talking about life much more, and you guys have to deliver information much more. Anyway, so just leave the gates open. So be able to lock your car doors before you get into the house, so you can nicely place a value on your life to be different. And you guys need to demonstrate to people that you can do it and that you can work doing whatever you want to do. But anyway, be more silent with people so that you guys can learn to love your life. I mean, learn to love your life, guys. I mean, learn to be soul partner in your life so that you guys can see and hear everything you need. See, my dad's smoking cigarettes over there, so I never want to smoke cigarettes over there. I never want to smell his cigarettes. So I sit over here in my room. I feel I'm getting ahead of the game now, much greater, and a little bit that way. I feel that I have to go and groom myself and have a shower, and I have to do my life much greater. Regardless, I have to drink some more water. I have to drink water, and then I have to get ready for life, guys. I have to get ready for life. So what I'm doing is I'm enjoying my life differently, and I'm enjoying myself to have a difference of persuasion in my life to go and grow myself, but I have to record myself talking. So anyway guys, so what I'm doing now is I'm learning to find orchestration in my life, and I want to just lay down and I want to just be myself over here so I can go and grow myself differently. So once I understand that, I'll promise you it's much more how I feel, that I lay down and relax. I realize it's much more how I feel that I have time to do music in terms of production now, and it's much more how I feel that I need to go and grow myself regardless of the situation. But I feel that no matter what, that I feel the lockdown, but it's never the lockdown, guys. I promise you it's never the lockdown. I promise you it's more how I have so much more content to do, and I have all this content to do. I have to rely on myself to realize something. That all this money in my pocket I have is just for living now. And I move on, guys. I realize it's much more how I feel. That I'm learning how to dwell upon my life much greater, and I need to go and do something now. I need to go and do either my music production, or I need to grow myself, I need to listen to music, or I need to read something. I realize for myself it's more that I produce music now. I need to produce music, and also I need to read something too. So for now, I want to be someone who's just going online and reading what they are saying about situations, while also doing some nice beautiful rotation of writing materials as well. Do some writing materials as well, and I'm trying to place all my content into Mega Drive so I can do much greater regardless of the situation, because I understand what's going on, and I ask Jesus Christ to help me as well. I realize Jesus Christ says that He just wants to do whatever it is that helps me to grow. So what helps me grow is having my beautiful time to myself over here. So audio settings. Now for myself over here, in order to go and show you guys really quickly how I'm doing live with my actual FL Studio, is you have to press options and audio and switch up the audio from primary sound driver to FL Studio ACO back to primary driver to make sure that you guys can use the full speaker. So it's much more how it is. So for myself over here, I'm learning how to do that, where I'm learning how to switch audio functions to make sure that I can hear my nice and beautiful content rolling forward, and it's much more how I feel. So what I want to do is help myself to deliver content I'm learning something different, guys. I'm doing something different anyway. See, so what I want to do is congratulate myself because I'm doing much more greater in my words. But let it be that way. I'll make sure that no matter what, that I'm learning how to demonstrate myself into freedom over here. and I'm learning how to grow myself. So I find that I'm learning how to just grow myself differently. So it's more how I feel that no matter what, that I'm learning how to grow myself regardless of the situation. So that's what I'm actually doing. I do that to do better,